All right, I will give you an example from the peer visit at the Hertha Firnberg Schools for Economy and Tourism, which took place in autumn 2006. To get an objective and valid impression of the topics in question, many different perspectives had to be accounted for. In this case, interview groups were formed, in which all 29 students of different age groups and different training programs, as well as graduates and teachers, were involved. Always 2 members of the peer team conducted the interviews. In addition, the peers did a tour of the premises and observations of classroom activities. That meant a lot of preparation, exact planning and organization for the conduct of the peer visit. The quality area the school had chosen beside the core area learning and teaching was gender mainstreaming. The central questions were: is our school recognizable as a gender mainstreaming school? And is the proportion of 1/3 male and 2/3 female students the reason for the positive performance?
And what happened then?
The interviews revealed that the school is recognized as a gender mainstreaming school, which confirmed the success of the school's efforts in this area. However, a connection between the gender distribution and the students' performance could not be confirmed. Of course, the school took the results seriously and reconsidered the gender distribution and its impact. Thus, with this method, many day-to-day issues are questioned and possibilities for improvement are considered.
Was this the only topic that was reviewed?
No, not at all. There were also questions concerning teaching and learning. A special focus was led on e-learning.
And how were the students able to benefit from this peer review?
There were many exciting and inspiring group discussions, and they could explain their personal opinions, because no teacher was allowed to listen to these discussions. The students were encouraged to reflect upon the quality of education, since they were confronted with many different opinions.
And which advantage did it have for the school?
New connections with other institutions were established, which can be used for further cooperation. The external feedback helped the school to reflect its present position, to be encouraged in its strengths and to work on its areas of improvement.
Okay, I understand the peer visit now, but what is the next step?
After the visit, the peer team writes a peer review report, in which the results are presented in detail. This report is provided to the school.
I see, but how exactly does it help an institution? I thought they need strict directives in order to actually improve.
Not with our method. After all, the data we collect is not presented to externals, and thus it won't have unpleasant consequence. In a peer review, the school can decide what to do with the results. Within the next 6 to 12 months, phase 4 of the peer review, the school makes plans on how to react upon the results and puts them into action. By doing peer review, you can learn a lot from each other. Synergies are used, new perspectives and stimulations for improvements are opened up, of which you wouldn't have thought on your own.
Sure, and that's done pretty quickly, isn't it? Just a few telephone calls to organize the visit, and that's it, right?
Not really. The preparations require a lot of time and effort. There is no checklist to tick off each topic, but each data collection is prepared individually and tailored to the questions of the VET provider. Furthermore, the peer reviews are conducted on a transnational level, which means that at least one peer has to come from another country.
Transnational? What's that supposed to be good for? I can think of disadvantages like language barriers and additional efforts.
Well, the involvement of a transnational peer turned out to be very enriching. In some reviews, it even was perceived as the highlight. A transnational peer can bring in completely new perspectives and mention things which national peers wouldn't notice anymore or wouldn't want to address. But actually, you're right. Communication was not always that easy. In the project, most peer reviews were held in English, and so sometimes teachers and peers had to act as interpreters. Anyway, since most of the partner schools are keen to prepare their students for a European career, the transnational exchange is perceived as an added value. Furthermore, you learn from other different educational systems.
Interesting. Intensive language learning, cross-country and mutual learning, teamworking. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's the point. We don't want to put pressure on somebody to achieve our aim, to improve the quality of vocational education and training in Europe. We don't want to control the institutions, but build on trust and truth to provide useful results and support for the school.
That sounds really great. How does it continue? Are there any further projects planned?
For me, it's time to stand on my own feet, to gain ground in some European countries and to reach more schools, maybe even other types of schools. It's all about the quality of education, but also about mutual learning, new ideas and perspectives, and active cooperation among schools all over Europe.
Learn more about the people in different countries from different backgrounds.
To become peer is a very nice and excellent experience.
The cooperation in the peer team was also a nice experience. It's very positive that they took it seriously.
New people, different people of different countries.
People of equal standing are evaluating or assessing each other. I think it's a very positive way.
Very valuable process.
Very inspiring to have someone from another country. Also for the schools you are visiting, the students, the teachers, it's an extra dimension. People who are reviewed are not so much frightened as it is in auditing of when the inspectorate goes. Peer review gives answers to the question of the institution.
Of course, it increases my personal and professional experiences of vet provision across Europe.